I'm back. How's everybody doing? Sorry I'm a couple minutes late. I got caught up on a call. I apologize. Had to take it. Let me tell some people jump on here. How's everybody doing? Who's around? Hello, Jen. Hello, Ants. Maria. Okay. How's everybody doing? If you were not a part of the live I did earlier, just before this, in reference to Barbeau's basket and our current planetary alignments and what it means for ourself and what it means for humanity, please jump on. Rachel, I got something for you right away. By the way, I'm so jealous I wasn't there with you guys to renew your vows. It was absolutely beautiful, and I'm so excited that you were able to do that and do it with your babies. I actually spoke with your dad. He really was excited about it and enjoyed it. I spoke to him. I guess he gave me a call about a week ago. So it was absolutely beautiful. You looked beautiful. And I just love, you know, when people use that saying, we know it's not one of my favorite sayings where people post it and go, live your best life. You know, you're actually not just saying those things, you're doing them and taking action and, you know, sharing it with your children and opening up this big, huge, beautiful world to them and the different cultures and the experiences. And I just adore it. And to have all three of those boys, especially that little one, you know, to be able to be up, jumping, running, playing through the sand and everything. I mean, it's just such an immense blessing. So, you know, I just want to say thank you. And Spirit has a message for you, my dear. They specifically, when I saw your name and you jumped on, said, tell her to stop trying to please everybody. That is not your job. You live your life the way you want to. You have yourself and your core family experience life the way you want to. And the invitation is open for others to be a part of it or to choose not to be. But you don't have to change your life around or be nervous about bringing something up or sharing anything. You know, express the joy and the love in your life. Don't let anybody or anything or any situation dull that for you. Don't let them dim that light down, you know. And if they have a problem with it, they need to get over it, you know. Does that make sense to you? You need to stop. You don't have to stop trying to prove yourself as well. Stop. There's nothing you need to prove. You haven't done anything wrong. You didn't broke anything. You're not broken. You know, there's situations in your life because of other people that may break your heart or make your heart hurt. But that's different. You know, you are living and standing in your truth. And you know, the only thing I could ever say about you, Rach, is sometimes, you know, maybe soften a little bit. Because sometimes when you say your truth, talk about excuse our Jersey, you're like New Jersey and Staten Island now, meshed together. So sometimes it comes off a little bit rough where people are like, oh, shit, kind of thing. But don't even do that. You know, just be you. Amen. Thanks, Spirit, for the verification. I hope that makes sense to you because that's exactly what I heard when I saw your name. And it's like, huh, here we go again. But you know what? You know, you have built a beautiful life for you and your family. Okay? And I'm so very proud of you, and I love you epically and deeply. Do you have any other questions for me that you need me to answer? Just out of curiosity? And this is not a paid advertisement, but I absolutely love my zero sugar vitamin water. I did a whole live before this, so I really do need to drink something. I'm going to dehydrate. And hydration is very important for so many reasons. Do you have another question for me, possibly? Oh, let me tell you, your middle one is smart as hell. Like, and he's quick. That kid is quick. I gotta tell you, like, he's gonna be a handful. He's gonna be a handful. That middle one, oh man. The little one is gonna get away with murder, but the middle one, he's gonna be a handful. And you know your oldest, he's just, you know, is like the perfect child, if there is such a thing. Come on, guys, where are you guys at? A lot of people still aren't used to me, being on live anymore. And by the time they jump off, yes, send strength, I know, I'll tell you. I do have to stress, and I know that your hubby, we've discussed this before, his health is good right now. He's okay. But he needs to start taking better care of himself. Okay? He needs to really focus on his health. I mean, let him get through the summer, that's cool. But summertime is barbecue, is salads, is fresh fruit, you know. But, you know, longevity is everything, and you have a beautiful family, and being able to be active and to be strong and to live life on your own terms. And he's okay right now. And I'm so proud of the work that he's done. Okay. But they stress with me again to let you know he needs to start making a point of taking better care of himself. And it's not just for him. It's for you. It's for those babies, because they need him. Okay. So that is really, really, really important. If that makes any sense to you, which I'm sure it does. Another huge message I have for you is for you to understand, because dynamically you have so much rage going on in your world right now, dynamically. So many different pieces, like moving in different parts, and some of them move well together, and some, you know, are getting glitches and stuck. So it's like, you know, the first thing you have to understand in everything you're doing right now, and you have to have faith and know, yeah, I know it's his face right now. Don't even let me get started on my other subject, you two. I'm not even going there. Thank you very much, because you know what I'm referring to. Don't think it's over. And I know you know it. Tell Roger it ain't over yet. It ain't over till it's over. And I know you know what I'm talking about. And I'm waiting for Rach. Like, yeah, okay. Ain't going there. All right. So you have to understand that right now, I mean, you are cherished and you are protected. You do have help from the other side, but you need to engage your faith process better. And what I'm getting from Spirit is you're not necessarily talking to them as much as you used to and as much as you need to. You're not meant to go through all this on your own. And there's certain things that nobody else is going to understand about what you're feeling and you're going through. Okay. It's not necessarily through that too. You have to remember, what's meant for us comes to us. Shops closed unless miracles can reverse science. Actually, it can be faulty. Okay. It can be faulty. But, and, you know, it doesn't always work perfectly. But also there, you know, there is another, and I knew you knew what I was talking about. Doesn't necessarily mean it's somebody that's going to be coming to you. It doesn't have to come through birth, your own birth kind of thing. But there is another soul that's meant for you. So, and will find their way to you one way or another. So whichever form it's coming in, it's coming. You know, not right now. It wouldn't be for a few years, sweetheart. But there is something that's meant for you. So I guess you could actively try to. I don't think it's something that either of you would say no to either. So I'm not even going to say you could actively try to. No. No. But it's definitely something that would completely complete your little family. And I know you're whole right now, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so you are cherished and you are protected. You have to lean into your faith a little bit more. You have to lean into the people who've passed on the other sides that love you dearly and do hold you close to their hearts. Okay. And you really have to work. Perfect time for it. You need to purify your surroundings right now. Clear out any negative energy, anything stagnant. You know, just do the vessel thing with the babies are probably going to be asleep by the time this is done, but do the vessel thing tonight. Please do the vessel. Make Roger do the vessel. You guys do the vessel that I actually posted and I mentioned at the end of my line. Do that. Set that space up for that. You know, clear out the house, you know, just get all the stagnant energy and just focus on what it is you need to do during this alignment. And that's a huge part of purifying your surroundings. So important for you right now because there's so much abundance coming your way. Like you have so much growth coming, abundance, which is huge. It's better than prosperity. It means it's more. You know what I'm saying? It's not just getting by. It means more is coming for you. So you have to clear out the space of all the negativity, everything that holds you back, everything that makes you worry when you do not need to worry. Worrying about things that aren't yours to handle. Yeah, I need to write down the incantation. Already cleaned the bowl. Cool. Have Roger clean a bowl. Tell Roger I want him to do it too. He can do it with you. Draw him into our little bit of wonderful, magnificent craziness. And it's not crazy at all, but you know. Might make him feel better if we're saying, just come be crazy with us for a minute, kind of thing. You do have to confront your opposite polarity. That side of yourself that riddles you with where you have these feelings of guilt, or maybe I should do this, or I need to just understand where they're coming from, you know, because look where they're at their life. They probably thought their life was going to be different. No, they made the bed. They made the beds. Everybody in your life, where they are in your life, they have made your own beds. They made their own beds. They have to lie in them. It's not your job to focus on them or fix them. You really need to focus on you and in your peace and your joy and your happiness right now. You guys redid your vows. You had an amazing vacation. Your kids were a part of it. I mean, these memories that are going to last forever, you know, and just confront that side of yourself. And then don't believe the lies that they're telling you. That other part of yourself, that little devil on your shoulder that tries to make you do things that you know you don't need to do, that you don't want to do, or you're like, nah, I'm not going there. Don't go there. Okay. And at the same time, when you're doing that, you remember I said the whole point is you're standing your peace, stand in your truth while doing no harm. Okay? Defend what is dear to you. That is your God-given right. Plain and simple. Your life. This lifetime. There's no do-overs. You know? So you live it your way. You dictate the course of your life. You don't allow others to do that. And also, this is going to be interesting. They just told me. Allow Roger, Big Roger, to carry more of the burden. He can handle it. He can. Allow him to take some of that weight off of you. Okay? He'll do a good job. He knows how to talk. He's a lawyer. He could find a way to get his way for you all, if that makes sense to you. Okay, who else do we have on here right now? Maria. Did you take to heart what we talked about last week? Just out of curiosity. I love you too, Rach. And thank you for that. Did you take to heart what we talked about? And big thing for you, Maria, don't back down. Stand your ground with this. Yes, you did. And they're making sure to let you know, don't let go. Don't let go of it. Stand your ground. Expect. Demand respect. And draw in that peace into your life, and do not let it go. Do not let it go for anybody, because it's not worth it. This is your time to literally rebuild your life. You guys are in a rebuilding phase, with the move and everything that's gone on, and being caught in the grief for so many years now. You're in that rebuilding phase. Build your life with all of the things you want in it. Fill it. And do not allow anybody to rob you of your peace and of your joy and of your love and your opportunity to finally begin living again. And that's what this is for you, about you beginning to live again. Okay? Because I didn't get a chance to work, because I was so busy this week, specifically with Mikey. And when I saw your name, I am okay with the choices you made. Yeah, but they were good choices. They were good choices. And Spirit says there's going to be people coming back up trying to guilt you, trying to manipulate you, say you have to, and you don't. They need to start giving to be able to start receiving again. Because you keep taking, then there's nothing left. It doesn't mean that you don't have epic love for them, because you love them dearly. You've sacrificed everything for them when it comes down to it. But it means that you raised your babies. You can be there for guidance, but you can't allow it to dictate your life and put you into that space of chaos and all the tension and the stress. That's not what this is about. That's why we moved. That's why you guys moved north. You moved up so you didn't have to deal with it. And they're all beautiful beings. They are. Some of them, they all have their issues that they're dealing with, and some haven't grown up quite yet, and some of them expect things that they shouldn't be expecting. But, they need to figure it out. Okay? But because I was like, oh crap, I saw your name. I was like, I didn't get a chance to work with Mikey yet. I was like, oh no. But when I saw you, and I was like, oh my goodness, Mikey, then he came in, and basically he said, these are the only words of advice I have for you, for my mom. Okay? And those words of advice are basically, Mom, follow through. He says, you don't need to be told how to live your life. Okay? But he's saying, I am asking you to let go. Hold on. He said, I know there's times, especially lately, that you haven't felt that I haven't been around as much. And he says, to be honest, it's because I haven't been, because you guys are okay and need to move forward. You have the opportunity to still live your life. Don't waste that. And that's why it's so important, he says, for you to follow through. But he said, my life during this lifetime that you're living is over. I passed. So whether people are ready or not, it's time for everybody to let go of me now. I'll always be with you, But now I'm moving forward on my journey. And I'm okay. Know that I'm okay. I don't need you to believe it. He says, I just need you to know it. and stresses that he's surrounded by love there. And the interesting thing is, now check this out, specifically for you, Maria, he says, Mom, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. And when he says, and when he does, you'll see him, you'll recognize him. But the only way, Maria, and I have to, and I think he's saying these things and telling you that you don't have a choice, you need to let go. It hurts. It will always, hi, sweetheart, how are you? It will always hurt that you lost him. I don't even know how I would be if I lost one of my children. I don't, you know, I've gone through so much in my life. I have gone through lifetimes and lifetimes worth of things. I've gone through life and death things numerous times. You know, I'm blessed to even still be on this planet, to be completely honest. And I live in a state of gratitude. I thank God for everything that I've gone through, even when things were not great at all, were horrible. Like no person should ever have to go through them and then go through different things multiple times. And the types of things that I've gone through. And I've always been in a state of gratitude, like, thank you, God. Because what it is when I work with people, you know, I get messages from Spirit, you know. You guys ask me, well, how'd you know? I'm like, oh, I don't know. They told me they did. But with a lot of experiences that so many of you have gone through, I have gone through the same or similar things. So when I'm working with you, and I say, I understand, I get it. I'm not empathizing with you. God has put me in positions where certain things I've gone through in my lifetime, and I honestly believe they were to the purpose so that when I work with people, they're coming from a place of straight truth. Not only am I being led by Spirit to help you, but I've also gone through similar situations, and look at me, I'm still here. And I'm okay. And I love my life and everything that has come with it. But the one thing I pray daily to God, and I thank Him, is that all of my children are still here. Because, you know, I've gone through so much, and I'm not sure how I would be going through that. So I have so much respect and love for you to experience such a loss and be living your life and still trying. And I'm so glad that I can connect you with Mikey, okay? But I've got to tell you, he's basically asking you now, because it's been some years now, and he said to me to ask you to say to her, Mom, please let go. Let me go. The only way that he can continue his journey is if you release him. And it's time. Because he's ready. He's ready now. You know? Always will be with you. You'll always have his energy. You'll always be able to talk to him. You know? But he wants to be able to start the process. But you have to let him go and let him start. Because everybody else, he goes, they're going through their things. But the one that he was waiting for was you. You know, and that's because of the love you still have for him and always will, and the dedication, and that the love he has for you. So he can't say goodbye until you really say goodbye. Hey, Goldner, do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't know if you need to do like another ceremony because we're on the anniversary of his death. He says go to the water. Go to the water. Get some white roses. Say a prayer. Talk to him. Write him a letter. And let him go. you know. Set those flowers go. Send him on his way, honey. It's time. It really is. It's time. And then he says, then you can be free and you live your life. And then I can be free. And then everything's going to be right in the world. And he says, don't ever forget that I love you and how much I loved you. And he finishes with, without you, I could never, ever have been me. And that makes me want to cry because, and I can't cry. But to have your child come back and say to you, Mom, let go, live your life. So I can continue my journey and be able to live my new one. But know how much I love you. And that there could never, without you, there could never have been a me. It's time. It's time. You know, before he's never asked you to let go, you know. He's asking you to let go and release him. It's time, love. Okay? Now that I'm crying, I'm going to have streaks of makeup spots down my face. Okay. And on that note, I'm like losing my rings and everything. Yeah. Ashley, you were there when she first came on and had lost Mikey. You know, you've been part of the Soul family and you were there when she came in. A lot of you guys were. So, you know, just I ask all of you just to send love and light for Maria, for her children and her family who are still mourning, but also for them to have the ability to release him, especially Maria, because she's the one that's got to let go. So that she can continue living her life and for herself. And so he can continue on his journey because he's ready. He's ready now. Take him down to the waters, yes. And it's funny because I told you to send a white rose, but he says, I don't want white. I want pink. So he doesn't want a white one. He doesn't want a white flower. He wants a pink flower. So I'm not even, doesn't even have to be a rose. He says, I don't need roses. You know, just tell her I want pink. So whatever you send into the water, have it be pink. Which is really cute. I don't know. Sorry, I'm being rude and drinking, guys. Okay. Goldner, you are meant to have 3, just so you know. 3 babies. Not just 2, 3. Yes, with my pink vitamin water. I like the orange and the pink, and I do the 0. But I actually, in water, my beginning like 1.5 liters of water, I drink a collagen and creatine that goes in it. And then I drink my regular water, and then I have my vitamin water. Because sometimes you just can't drink unflavored water all day. I don't know. It's supposed to be 3. And it's so funny. And and I have great respect for your husband. And this is not coming from me. When I read... what do you mean you don't see how I end up with 4? Really, Ash? I'm not even responding to that. Psh. If you could, you'd have like 6. I can't help it. By the way, I can't even announce it. I'm so excited. I get a message from somebody who has been in our family for a very long time. I have done so much work with her and been a part of her journey, like getting engaged and then getting married and the problems she's been having in reference to being able to get pregnant and what she needed to do to get pregnant. What what was I going to say? My brain just went dead. Before the live, and then it's like, because anybody who's worked with me about getting pregnant, Ash and Rach and some other people that I've worked with, there's a process, and then when things are meant to start happening, there's a plan, So she texts me today. She goes, "Do you have a minute to chat?" And I legitimately had a session, then had to do the one live, then come on here, and I was working all night tonight. I go, "I literally don't." I said, "But what's up?" And real quick, and she said, "Well, I want to talk to you about something, or do you want to tell me?" I go, "Oh, you're pregnant." And she goes, "Yes." So I'm so excited about her being pregnant, and I'm like, "Can I share it with our soul family yet?" And she said, "No, I've told you, a couple of my really close friends in my family, but my other half is telling his family. I can't let the cat out of the bag. So I can't spoil the surprise." So I'm so excited. Courtney, Ashley's sister, has her 2 babies. Ashley has her 2. She just had little baby Max. Annie had her babies. Rachel, I think we had all 3 of your babies through the process as well. So, so many of you I've been blessed to be a part. Daryl Ann, Kat and Charlie's babies, so I've been so blessed to be a part of that, and it just makes me so happy to just see our family growing, because you are such amazing, beautiful human beings. And I know that you're just taking your light and raising these babies with so much light. And these babies are the ones that are unfortunately tasked to fix everything that's broken right now. And you're raising them with so much faith and life. And Goldner, you had your baby, second Suma Butun's wedding. We met right before my wedding. Yep. Yes, all of my 3 goons are spirit soul babies. We met right before my baby. Yep. Yep, absolutely. Twins are possible for you, but the whole point is, and the reason why I said that it's not about babies is because I know that Goldner's been ready for her second to come, and her first. He's just gorgeous. He's beautiful. He's another little baby giant, like my little grandson, who's my baby giant. But yeah. So when you came on and you said that, well, my husband wants to stop at 2, and Spirit just said to a crowd so loudly, it's like, well, he doesn't have a choice in the matter. And they're not saying that he can't say that I only want 2, not 3. It means that if 3 are meant, 3 will be, and you guys would be fine with that. For so many of you right now, I see abundance coming. And it's earned, it's been worked for, and it hasn't come easy, so it's staying steady, stabilizing your energy and allowing the growth and not getting in the way of it. And accepting the opportunities when they come. So this is like group for all of you guys. And even when it gets hard to follow through, you can't just lay down and die. That's not even an option. There was Rachel. All 3 of my goons are my spirit soul babies. We met right before my wedding. This is true. I met you right before your wedding because I was training your dad so he'd be in shape for your wedding. And then you came in, and then after you got married, I remember when we were doing the crystals, because Rachel, one day I'll have her come on and share her story. Rachel has a rare condition, and definitely every one of her babies are wanted, and she worked for and sacrificed a lot for, and went through numerous miscarriages. And we had done a session where she actually got to meet her babies, the babies that she'd lost, which was amazing. And then she got to actually see the ones that were coming. So he needs my training again. That would make his millennium if I moved back to New Jersey and opened up my gym again. Oh, I missed you guys. You guys, what happened at the Phoenix stayed at the Phoenix, but that was such a special, special, special place. And you guys are the ones like on here that built that gym. I just gave you the space and put a little bit there and sprinkled a little bit of magic on it, but you guys are the ones who made it grow, just like you guys are making everyone. It's not even that everyone deserves abundance. That's something that is attainable and that we're already born with. But through programming or decisions we make in our life, sometimes we can get thrown off track, and that's when we need to learn lessons and do the work to bring us back in alignment for what is meant for us, and not to argue so much or get stuck, you know, learning how to maneuver through our feelings and our experiences and not allowing it to create vibrational density within us, so that every emotion we have, whether it's a good emotion, a bad emotion, whether we're born with it or is a man-made emotion. By the way, guys, guilt is man-made. You're not born with that. Finding a way to be able to allow it to flow and experience it and meet it where it's at in a safe, productive way, before you hold these things in too tight and then it's like a big bomb going off and then you can't control what happens. So I do a lot of work with people in reference to that, helping them, you know, get rid of all that vibrational density, learning them, teaching them how to, you know, what these emotions are, what actually we're born with, the ones that we created on our own that get us stuck, how to actually allow it to flow through our lives so that we can deal with it. So then it creates the space for us being able to uncover our soul frequencies and why we're here in the first place. If that makes sense. If that makes any sense. Let me see where we're at in time, because I have like 9 minutes left, because I have to start a teacher class tonight at 7. I have 4 amazing people that do 26 Gates of Sovereignty with me. And that's something that is a ongoing course. So even though the course runs like 13 months, it is amazing. But because the cycles of the year, the wheel keeps spinning and the months keep going, you can actually jump in at any time and be part of the group or start working with me one-on-one. And it is an amazing class. One day I'm just going to have to come on and explain what that really is and why it's so important. Okay. No, you're not born with it. Very true, you're not born with fear. But it is, you're not born with it, but it's a natural emotion, whereas guilt is not. Guilt is man-made. And a lot of our emotions, anger, frustration, sadness, all of those things, there's a whole list of emotions that we deal with, actually all go back to fear. You know what I'm saying? So it all leads back. So that's usually, that's the root of where these emotions are coming from, you know. But yeah, it's a rough year. So here's hoping. 2025 was your year, so here's hoping. This is a destiny year, Goldner. It's 2026. It's a destiny year. You're supposed to be doing all this stuff. This is why I come on live and do all these lives and energy reports, give you guys tips and tricks and clues, you know, give you the tea on what's going on and how to go through it so that you can make your way towards, you know, we're getting through all this so we can go into our destiny year. You know, Barbeau's basket right now is huge in the alignment that's happening. And if people do what I said in that live and stop actively starting to do it, we can actually change the world. Like it's like a new renaissance, relaunch civilization without having an extinction event. You know, that's what it is. Dave, I have a huge message for you. It's so session. They said, basically they're saying, choose to be happy. Choose it. Stop the nonsense. You know where you want to be. You know where you need to be. Now you need to choose to get yourself there. And not to believe, but to know you can. And stop questioning yourself. The decisions that you have made for yourself over the past 6 months have been the right ones for you. You need to keep doing and not allow yourself to second guess things. What ifs no longer need to exist in your life, because it's all about now. Okay? Everyone deserves abundance. Hold on, I'm going back. I'm going back. Oh, have fun at the Outer Banks. It's beautiful. Have fun. All right, I'm coming back. I'm coming. Yeah, 10 years, Ash, I know. All right. He's not going to be, Goldner, I'm going back, so I'm reading. He's not going to be a workaholic forever because there's going to be a common point, but he's working for your family and he's working for you. And honestly, God, once you have two, what's another baby? Really, honestly. You go insane when you go to my level of children where you have the fourth and the fifth, and I have 7 babies, I do. I have 5 on earth that I'm deeply in love with, and then I have my 2, one I miscarried when I was 6.5 months pregnant, and another I was like 3.5 months pregnant. But they count their energy. They're with me all the time. So, in fact, I did a session with somebody the other day where they got to see their daughter. They could see their second child being born. And the most amazing thing is, you know, there's different reasons why people miscarry babies or choose not to have babies, right? Whatever happens. No judgment. But that doesn't mean that if we miscarried a baby or we chose to let that baby go, okay, as some people do, they stay with us. Sometimes they stay with us as spirit guides. Sometimes, you know, they come back, but they're always with you. So understand, if you miscarried a baby, lost a baby, chose not to have a baby, okay, they haven't judged you. And don't judge yourself. You understand what I'm saying? But you haven't lost them. And this one precious being, I love her to death, was put in a position where she didn't want to have to choose to not have that baby. But there was a situation and people in her life that were like, absolutely not, you know, at a time. So the most amazing thing is that we did this journey and she saw her daughter. And I said, you recognize that energy, don't you? So I said, that's that baby. That baby wants to be born. She's coming back. She's been with you and she's coming back. You're going to be able to look her in the eyes and hold her and kiss her and give her all the love in the world. The love you had for her then, still do. And that glorious moment when you get to hold your daughter in your arms. So, your babies are your babies. Whether they've passed on, we've miscarried them, you know, the people who've chosen to not have them, to let go of them and not have them yet, okay? But they stay with you. They don't leave you. Always know that. And you can always connect with them. So anybody who's lost a baby, gone through an abortion or any of those things, if you want to connect with your spirit baby, I can do a session that helps you connect with your spirit baby or your spirit babies. And it's an amazing, beautiful experience. Rachel has done it. So, you know, that's somebody you can definitely like send a message to and who will share her journey with you. You know, because she unfortunately miscarried some babies because of her condition, you know. So, okay. All right. So we're here. Ash, you wanted to know your what? Let me go. Ashley wants to know. And thank you very much, Dave. Thank you so much. I appreciate that because I miss them every day. And so do my children, especially my son, Joe. Okay. So 2025, rough year. What did you ask? Okay, what's a word for me right now? Anything I can work on while I'm going through that period of being a Sam back to working? Patience. That's the word for you. Patience. It's very important for you right now. Because you need to be in control, and in your situation going back to work with young baby, with a new baby and a toddler, it can get very overwhelming So your word, love, is patience. And your sentence is show yourself some grace. Okay, if that makes any sense. You want a word? Do you know what they screamed right when they did it? It's so, my kids would call it cringe, but it's not. I really enjoy my little place alone, by the way. You were right, Elena. You just needed your own space to be able to breathe and create and grow. And Dave, get to know yourself, to really know who you are so you could become who you were meant to be, and actually realize that you can love yourself. It starts there. Rachel, funniest thing, my kids would call it, like, Mom, that's so cringe. It's so stupid, but it's not. I can't help how Spirit says things. So you were like, Rachel's like, Elena, I want a word. And all I heard Spirit say in my ear, in an exact way that they said it, was freedom. And all I could hear in my head, like in my head, as I'm hearing that you say it to me, I'm seeing the movie with Mel Gibson. Okay? Holding up his sword, Braveheart, screaming freedom. So that is your word. And that actually makes sense with what they gave to me earlier for you. So that makes sense. But in your head, when things are really coming down on you or getting chaotic or people are working a nerve, you take a breath and you remind yourself, and I want you to do it. People are going to look at you like nuts, but you're going to laugh and know I'm screaming it with you, and have the kids scream it with you. You raise your hand in the air and you scream freedom. Because you're free. Quitting my job, quitting people who no longer serve me. Let's not say the word quit. Letting go. You're letting it all go. Because everybody has their path. And if we choose to let go when it's time to let go, then you get to move on and you get what comes to you. And then they're going to be given the opportunity to have those things fill their lives or to learn the lessons they need to do. And that's good. Gang, gang, grandma. Whatever. Okay, so where are we at right now? Okay, it's 7:02, guys. I will be back next Monday. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing the space with me. I appreciate you all so much. You have no idea. Now is definitely the time to book your sessions, to do the work. Remember, if you've been working with me for years, you know, your prices get grandfathered in. So what somebody's getting charged now as a new client on the website, you're able to pay, you know, what you were paying. And that's kind of, you know, everybody gets grandfathered in because you've been with me forever. So please book your pets, do another past life regression, soul retrievals. You can do more than one past life. Book your life path, your crossroads. If you want to see what's going on, opening up your gifts, book your journeys. I have some amazing courses and classes that will help with your awakenings. And all of those things. Oh God, yeah, it's so important. You guys, if you've worked with me before, please message me. Okay? And then if you're new to this family, last month, the last couple weeks, I did put up as an offering where you can get a full 1 hour session with me for $299, which is quite a bit of a discount from what the regular rates are right now. So I will, you know, for anybody who took the time to listen to this or on this live, if you're new or you know somebody that's new, I will offer you that same price right now, because it's so important what's going on. And I want you all to be able to have an opportunity to work with me. And I want to be blessed with the opportunity to work with you so that we can really effectively, you know, if that's where you're going, get you on the path you're meant to go and get you the answers you need, or even to awaken some of the gifts that you all have. okay? So definitely ask any questions. You can direct message me here or go to my website, www.oneheartonespirit.com. Book your sessions there. The classes are, because it's a new website, so all the classes are being uploaded. The Reiki information and certifications are being uploaded. We're going to have the skincare line that I'm doing up there, Prima Materia, as well as crystals and things. I also have some gorgeous crystals that are available. Please message me. Bring one of your babies home. They're very magical. Anybody who's gotten crystals from me, they understand. And I will custom make you an amulet or a pendant to wear for whatever you need, or bracelets or jewelry, whatever it is. If I don't have it, if I haven't made it yet, I will make it for you. All right, so I have to go because I have to go teach a class. I love you guys fierce, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.